Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today for this short virtual tour for Nexford University. I am just waiting for a few more minutes for more people to join us. But for the 6 lovely participants that are 5 that have already joined me, I would love for you guys to introduce yourselves on chat so I can learn more about you. Please let me know which Nexford program you're interested in, interested to apply to, and from where in the world are you joining me from today? All right, we see Bassi Friday raising your hand. Hi, Bassi. Thanks so much for joining me. Hi, Stephen Tuluhi. Hi, everyone. Where in the world are you joining me from today? Nigeria, wonderful. We have a lot of learners in Nigeria. We'd love for you to join us too. We have learners from over 100 countries in the world right now, so you'd definitely be a great addition to Nexford's global learner community. Does anybody else from Nigeria, and which Nexford program are you interested to apply to? Wonderful. Supply chain and e-commerce. Stephen, do you mean the short certificate at Nexford, or do you mean the specialization under our MBA degree program? Short certificate. Okay, fantastic. All right. Anybody else here into an MBA? Bassi Friday Moses, do you have any questions for us? We've got Beryl, we've got Clemencia, Kenechukwu, Oladimeji as well. Are any of you interested in our MBA or our BBA? Is anybody looking to apply in the next intake? I've got a couple of people saying hi. Oh, hi, Kenechukwu from Nigeria. I see you in the question and answer section. Please make sure, guys, that if you have any questions, to send them in the question and answer section. That is where I will answer your questions towards the end of the webinar. So I can see we've waited already around 4 minutes. With that, I will start introducing myself as we start having more attendees. If anybody has just joined, don't worry, you haven't missed much. We haven't officially started the Nexford Virtual Tour today. My name is Mai, and I'm a senior Nexford Application Specialist. I've been with Nexford for 4 years now, and during that time, I have spoken with so many aspiring learners, such as yourselves. And often the questions I get, of course, is how exactly will I be studying online at Nexford? How is the online experience like? How is it different from other online universities and so on? So I will do my best today to show you how the online learning experience is like. I will show you the online platform, and I will, of course, answer any questions that you have about the learning experience. So please make sure to get your questions ready, and rest assured this webinar is also being recorded. So if you need to watch a playback, if you need to dash out of the webinar at any point, you can simply ask our team. We'll make sure to send you the recording of the webinar once it's uploaded. So please get your questions ready. I'm sure there's a lot that you still maybe need to know about Nexford, about the online learning style, about maybe the application and enrollment process, about when our next intakes start, more about the specializations, and so much more. So there's a lot to unravel today. And we don't have a lot of time, so we have around 30 minutes or so. So I recommend, if you have any burning questions, send them in the question and answer section. Just look for that Q&A button, whether it's in your mobile application or perhaps you're joining me from your PC or your laptop. That is where you need to send your questions. So at the last portion of this webinar, I will answer any questions that you have. So I see some people already sending some questions on chat, and that's wonderful, in the question and answer section also. So I see from Kenechukwu, you were introducing yourself in that section, and you let me know that the program you're interested in is data analytics. That is a very popular choice, and definitely a popular choice today around the world. I'm glad to hear that. I believe you mean the short certificate and not a specialization as well. So it's wonderful to see a lot of people today that are interested also in our certificates and not just the degree programs. And with that, I will start our virtual tour officially. I will start sharing my screen shortly so everybody can have a glimpse of the online learning platform. All right, just give me a second here, guys. In the meantime, I see more people have joined. That's great. All right, here we go, sharing my screen. Sometimes it can take a few seconds for the screen to show, but I believe my screen is currently showing. I would love with a thumbs up, or maybe you can raise your hands or just say yes on chat. Just give me a confirmation that everybody can see my screen. Preferably if you just raise your hand, then I can make sure that everyone currently can see my screen. Thank you, Beryl. Thank you for that. And Basi as well. All right. Who else? Jael and Kenetchaku and Clemencia. You can all see my screen. Okay, wonderful. All right, thank you so much. Okay, so let's get started. So what everyone is currently looking at is the main dashboard of our online learning platform. And you only get access to this online platform once you get enrolled at Nexford. So you have to officially apply. So that is to submit your Nexford application, pay the one-time $25 application fee, and then get hopefully a successful application decision. After that point, you then need to complete your enrollment process, which is sort of a part 2 or I would say a part B of your application and enrollment process at Nexford, so you can get fully registered. Once you get enrolled, and that includes paying at least the first month of your chosen program tuition at Nexford, or if you're taking a single course, then you have to pay fully for that one course. Then you're fully enrolled and you can choose a start date. So this is what I mean by getting fully enrolled at Nexford. Once you finish those 2 steps and you get fully enrolled, that is when you receive your login credentials, your login information. That's your username and password as well at Nexford, and you can be able to log into this online platform. All right, so I'm happy to go over the application enrollment process again towards the end of the webinar. Of course, if anybody has any specific questions about it, it's still unclear. We have a ton of information on our website, as well as an application and enrollment guide, and even an article with tips and tricks on having a successful application at Nexford. So there's a ton of information there and resources and support that you can receive in order to hopefully get a successful admission into Nexford University. So I'm happy to answer any of those questions. I'm happy to clarify any of that. So just make sure to send in your questions if you have any, areas around that that's still unclear. I'll be happy to, of course, answer those questions at the end. But all that is to say that you need to get fully enrolled to receive access to this online platform, which, by the way, this platform is called Canvas, and it is also the same platform that is being used by Ivy League universities. So if you haven't used it before, if you haven't tried online learning, I know you're going to find this super user-friendly. And there's something called the NXU Orientation. So NXU stands for Nexford University, and the orientation course or program is a really short course that you need to complete before you start your official Nexford program. And that provides you with all the tools and all the information that you need in order to be able to successfully navigate through our online platform. All right, so I'll give you more of information about this shortly, but I just want to say also about our Canvas platform is that there is a mobile application that you can download called Canvas Student. So this is how the icon looks like for that application. It doesn't only have to be on an Android phone. Of course, if you have an iPhone also, you can download this application and you can access your online course as soon as you get enrolled. All right, so once you get your login information, you can log into your program. You're going to see that this, changes to Nexford's colors of, yellow, black, and white once you get enrolled, and you'll be able to access your online course. And you'll see that it's like really functional in that you can study on the go, you can study on your phone, you can access your grades, you can check your assignments, you can speak with course faculty and other learners, and so much more. But it's important to note that you cannot study at Nexford fully on a mobile application only. And this is because there are some assessments and some assignments that are proctored. So these are proctored assessments or assignments rather. And these need a PC or laptop, as well as some of the projects that you're going to be given, such as final projects are definitely easier and more doable on a PC or a laptop, on a desktop computer. All right. However, the Canvas student application is definitely also functional. And the great thing at Nexford is there aren't fixed class times. You can log in any time of the day, any time of the week to do your studying, so long as you meet the minimum, so long as you meet the deadlines of any assignments and any assessments. So anybody can allocate a minimum of 15 to 20 hours per week in order to succeed, through their program. Of course, you can log in at your most convenient time and just assure that you're meeting the assessment and assignment deadlines. And assessments are usually done every week. I'm happy to clarify more about that a little later on. All right. I hope everybody can hear me just fine. Can I confirm also just with raising your hands? Because there are times when people tell me a little later on that my voice is breaking up. So I just want to confirm before I continue. Okay, a lot of people are raising their hands. Thank you for that, Bassie and Steven and OP Owen. And I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing anybody's names, but thank you so much for raising your hands and confirming. Okay, I'm glad to hear everybody can hear me just fine. So let's continue. So I mentioned the NXU orientation, right? So again, this is the main dashboard of the online platform. This is the home page. So just by clicking on this NXU logo or on dashboard, it always takes you back to this dashboard, this main dashboard. And these boxes you see in front of you represent either courses that you're enrolled in at Nexford or resources that you always have access to, such as the writing lab, which I will also discuss a little later on. But let's first jump into the NXU orientation. And I want to open side by side to that our leadership and organizational development course. This is one of the early on MBA courses. And I want to show you the difference between the two. So you're going to see this is what I opened up was the orientation. It has these very short table of contents. And you'll see here, this only has 3 modules. So it's quite a short course. All right, module 1, 2, and 3 and a closing. Whereas leadership and organizational development, this what you're currently looking at is how most of Nexford's courses look like. It's going to have the same table of contents. The homepage of any course is going to include a course syllabus. It's going to include a sort of key, to provide you with more information about every section in the table of contents and what they include. All right, so I will show you also how the course syllabus looks like. Again, this is just an example of one of the MBA courses. So if I open the course syllabus, this provides you with key course information. And this is available in every single course. When you open it up like this, it takes you here to this page. It provides you with information about how many course credits you're going to receive for this, how long is the duration. So by the way, 8 weeks is the maximum amount of time provided to complete every single course at Nexford, which honestly is more than enough time. A lot of our learners are able to complete courses within a month. They are able to take maybe 3 or even up to 4 maximum courses within every 2 months. So that allows you to finish faster. And we'll talk more about that. If you have also more questions about how to finish faster, please send them in the question and answer section so I can make sure to answer you in regards to that towards the end of our webinar. So as you go through the course syllabus, it just provides you information, more description about the course, what skills and competencies you're going to gain upon completion of this course. Of course, a course outline, and what are the modules you're going to be taking. Every course has a final project. How are you going to be evaluated? How's the grading scale like? You're going to know all that information very clearly early on. And then, of course, what are the requirements to complete this course? What kind of support are you going to receive? And so on, right? So this is just available for every single Nexford course. You'll find a course syllabus. And then this explains every section here. But what I want to show you, which is why I originally opened this course right here, is the module section, right? So I mentioned earlier that the NXU orientation is quite short. It only has 3 modules, whereas this course has 6, and every single Nexford course has 6 modules that you need to complete. And they are asynchronous. So that means that you need to complete every module in order to unlock the next one, right? So they aren't all available from the beginning. You have to go in order. So everything that you need to complete your assessments and your projects are available in your module. So you don't need to wait for the live lectures to get started. So there are live lectures, and these are hosted by faculty members twice a month. It's only optional though, and it's not required for you to attend. It's not the main way that you do your studying at Nexford. So also, if anybody wants to have more of a sneak peek of how the studying is in some of these courses, can you send a question in the Q&A so I can make sure to cover that at the end. But now I just want to go over the NXU orientation first. So we're going to go through the introduction part. I've already opened it up here. And you're going to see right from the beginning, you get a welcome video from our founder and our CEO, Fadil Al-Tarzi, where he tells everybody a bit more about Nexford University and our mission and how we got started. So I'm going to be happy to play this for you guys just for a few seconds so you can have an idea. All right, here we go.
Cohorts of learners.
Sorry for that.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why.
All right, guys, that is just a sneak peek for you. Hopefully you can watch it in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford. But I just want to let you know that this example or this video right here is just a small example of the different and dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. So it's not just going to be a lot of text. We don't want our learners falling asleep. You're going to find videos like these. You're going to find embedded audio clips. You'll find little exercises here and there, outside resources, links to outside resources, sometimes, a playlist of YouTube videos or just a single YouTube video, and so much more. So there's so many different ways that we keep you engaged while you're studying and going through your modules for every course in your program. So as you progress through the orientation, you're going to see that there are things you can join from the beginning that's going to help you with your learning journey, such as joining these NXU learning communities that are led by other Nexford learners who are also experts in certain industries. All right, so whether you're into entrepreneurship or which is one of the learning communities that you can join, or maybe you're into marketing or HR or finance, then I recommend joining these learning communities instead. There are also learner WhatsApp groups, so it's super helpful, of course, to have a study buddy from the beginning of your program. And you're going to find we have so many different WhatsApp groups from all around the world because we have learners from over 100 countries around the world right now. So you can find WhatsApp groups that are, country-specific, program-specific, or intake-specific. You can even start up your own WhatsApp group just in the case that you don't find a WhatsApp group to your liking. All right. And as you keep going through the orientation, we also tell you about the different offerings that we have, the different benefits that you get as a Nexford learner. And then you're going to go through the University Starter Kit, which provides you with some more additional key information, such as, how the courses are ordered, how you can add more than one course at the same time to finish your program faster. Can you take a break from your program? Yes, you can. We call that a leave of absence. If you're studying our MBA program, then you are allowed to take up to 4 months break from your program. And that is 8 months break from your program if you're studying our BBA degree program. So the faster you finish your program, the less you'll pay because you don't pay for access at Nexford. You pay for the number of months you spend studying, regardless of how many courses you're able to complete in each of those months. So if you finish faster, you will pay less overall for your Nexford program. Of course, you're going to learn about all the, course timeline, when's the participation deadline, when is, the deadline for assignments, submissions and projects and so on. You're going to know that very well. All right, and as an Nexford learner, I just want you to know also that you get unlimited access to Microsoft 365. You get a free license to Microsoft, all the Microsoft tools and softwares. And then here you get to learn more about the support that you receive as a Nexford learner. So there is something called Success Advisor, and this is a term I want you guys to get very used to because we have a learner success team, which are a team of success advisors, which are there to literally do what that title means, is to help you succeed. Our success is your success. So these advisors are posted from all around the world, and that is why you have 24/7 access to them. You can chat with them, you can email them, you can arrange a call with them, a one-on-one call. They can help you with anything related to your studies, whether it's goal setting, whether it's scheduling, whether or not you just simply have questions about the online platform. Maybe you need support in, understanding a certain policy or reaching out to your professor, and so much more. They're the support for you as you learn throughout your Nexford program. And of course, with faculty members, with course professors, you can also, set up a one-on-one call with them. You can email them. So there's a ton of ways you can also contact them for support. They're always there to support you as well. And then finally, we have our writing coach, right? So this is related to the writing lab that we saw earlier in the main dashboard, which I will go back to now. In the main dashboard here, that is the writing lab. So the writing lab is something you always have access to throughout your Nexford program. This is how it looks like when you open it up. So what is the writing lab? We know that not everybody is a natural born writer, and for the types of assignments you're going to be required to do with Nexford, you may be asked to use a certain type of formatting that you haven't used before, such as APA formatting. So this is where you're going to be able to learn more about that. Sorry, let me just refresh this page right here. All right, here we go. And so this area is going to help you improve your academic writing and improve your English skills. Here you're going to be able to learn more about a writing coach, and then there's a link where you can book a one-on-one session with a writing coach, right? So if you click on that, it takes you to this personal booking page with Caroline Fernandez, who is a writing lab coach. You can just pick, a day that suits you, pick a timing that's suitable for you, of course, depending on your time zone, put in your information and book. And it is that easy to book a 30-minute call with Caroline so that she may help answer any questions that you have about our online, about writing within your course. There's also a module section. So before you book that one-on-one session with Caroline, you may want to check this out. It has a couple of papers for you with, style guide and more information about that. Or you can watch these videos, which can provide you with more information about what I mentioned earlier, which is APA style or formatting, which you'll be needing to use in some of your assignments. And then, also English grammar, you can check that out, paragraph structure, and so on. So if these modules still don't answer the question that you have, we have a couple of frequently asked questions here. And then again, if not, you can just schedule that one-on-one session with Caroline. But in the homepage here, you'll see at the top the option to also join these drop-in sessions. It's not appearing here. So let me go to the inbox section. But what I wanted to say is that Caroline often holds these one-on-one sessions like these. These drop-in sessions, which are can be joined by other Nexford learners from around the world, up to maybe even 100 learners at a time. So you receive, notifications of these drop-in sessions straight to your inbox also. And the great thing about these is, like I said, they can be joined by other learners, but they also get recorded. Often she'll announce pre-hand what topics she's going to be covering in these drop-in sessions. They can get recorded, so you can watch a playback, which can be super useful for you, and you can even check out the PowerPoint presentation. So I truly recommend checking these out too. And this is Caroline Fernandez also, which is our writing lab coach. All right. And yeah, so that is the writing lab, guys. I want to go back to the inbox real quick because I want to show you how easy it is to compose a new message. Whether or not you want to send a message to a professor or a learner, you have that option. So simply select, a course that you're enrolled in, let's say leadership and organizational development. Do you want to speak with a teacher or a student? Let's say a student and whose name is Abigail. Just put in your subject, put in your message, and it is that easy to communicate with anybody in our global learner community. All right, guys. Thanks, Jael. I see that you're saying WhatsApp study groups is cool. I'm glad you think so. I think they're cool as well, and I think they're super useful. The great thing about these study groups sometimes is it allows, of course, learners locally to get to know each other. I've heard stories about learners, arranging get-togethers locally wherever they are. So even though it's an online platform, I really recommend doing your best to reach out to other learners around the world because there's a ton of ways that you can do so. So whether or not they're in the same country that you're studying in or they're somewhere else, I've seen a lot of people create those connections, create that, opportunity for networking, and it opens a lot of opportunities for you definitely in the future. But also it's great to have that sort of support system even while you're studying, and that helps you also not feel, too alone, even though you will never feel alone while you're studying at Nexford because you're going to find the success advisors and the faculty members and all the learners. You're going to find all the type of support all the time. All right, guys, again, please, for the 16 or so participants that I have joined already, if you have questions, send them in the question and answer section because we will start answering questions very soon. So I want to be able to get to all of your questions, and I appreciate if you send them in the question and answer box or button or area because that way I make sure not to miss your questions in case you send them in the chat section instead. All right, so what I want to do next is just to tell you more about the learner benefits. But before that, there's a calendar area here. I just want to quickly go over that. You're going to see that whatever course you're enrolled in are color coded, and that is something you can control from the main dashboard here, which is one of the fun features of Canvas. So you can just change the color and then apply. You can even do a color overlay, which I had earlier on today. So that's just some things that you can do, just for your own view. In the calendar, it helps you sort of filter through your calendar and understand what these are related to. You could even remove something from your calendar. And these are automatic reminders that get added to your calendar as you are already enrolled in a specific course. But of course, you can click anywhere in the calendar and, add your own event, add your own to-do item. You can even flesh that out a little bit more by clicking on more options. You can add in more information. And, the great thing is that a calendar can definitely be synchronized with your PC or your laptop or your mobile phone. All right. Okay, quickly, I guess now we can jump to the learner benefits that you get. So we're going to find something called library right here. Actually, I think I have it opened up or not. Right, here we go. So the NXU library is a robust library at Nexford that you always have access to. I hope it opens up properly here. Perhaps I still need to log in. Okay, here we go. So this is the NXU library, and you can see you can jump to a specific group or just scroll through them here. They cover so many different topics and industries also around the world. So these include encyclopedias, they include research papers, blogs, articles, and so much more. So this is a great research tool for you as you're studying at Nexford. You can definitely utilize this for your assignments and so much more, or just for additional reading or learning. Again, this includes over 60 million resources. So that is a very robust library that is at your hands. And then we have LinkedIn Learning. If you haven't heard about that yet, it is, of course, related to LinkedIn. And as a Nexford learner, you can get free and unlimited access to LinkedIn Learning courses, which normally you need to subscribe to, of course, with a certain payment. But simply by being an Nexford learner, you get free access to over 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses and videos. They don't have to be related to your Nexford program, and that's a great thing. So if you have, a side interest in something else that's not related to the course that you've enrolled in at Nexford, you can study it here in LinkedIn Learning. But the great thing is that if there are courses that are actually, related to your Nexford program, you're going to find them suggested for you within the modules of a certain course. So for example, module 1, we have an area called Expand, where we recommend you take this LinkedIn Learning course, which is related to this module, Change Management Foundations, for example. Even in module 2, we suggested another one here called Leading Change. And then for module 4, we did the same. We told you could take organizational learning and development. So that's one way that you can take, LinkedIn learning courses that also help you with your Nexford course. And the great thing is, of course, once you complete a LinkedIn learning course, you get a certificate of completion, which you can add to your CV or your resume, and it can show your community that you're learning on the go. You're not just waiting to complete your Nexford program, and you're gaining skills that you can apply right away. Hi, Tuk. Thanks for joining today. Don't worry if you missed a part earlier. If you missed anything, this this webinar is being recorded, so you can watch a playback once it's uploaded. And if you have any additional questions about anything that I've covered so far, like I mentioned, just make sure to send them in the question and answer section. So I think the last part I'm going to cover here is just to quickly tell you about our career services portal at Nexford, which is one of the many ways that we help you with your career during and even after you graduate from your Nexford program. So if you're taking our MBA, for example, your first career planning session will be during your 3rd month learning with us. But then we also have all these different offerings that help you with your career, one of which is LinkedIn Learning, which I've already covered. But we also have IBM Digital Nation Africa, and this is perfect for those that are based in Africa because it's only available for those, of course, that are in Africa. So if any are from there today, then you're lucky. You can also have access to this. So it's for more sort of tech-related courses, or if you're into AI or cybersecurity or programming, then this is the place for you. And then we also have Localized, which is one of our many offerings. You can create a great profile for yourself on Localized. You can check it out here at localized.world. You can get connected with career coaches and mentors around the world. You can even join virtual job fairs. So this truly helps you get you out there and for you to understand so much more about your career. All right, so that is Localized. You can even watch a demo of Localized over here. And then if you scroll to the bottom here, there's also something called the Global Grid, which is an initiative that, we launched last year, I believe. And so you can learn more about it here. So you'll find that the Global Grid is a mentorship program that we launched, and it's an initiative to enable talent around the world to prepare for remote jobs. So you'll find that there are webinars that can be joined by anybody. So if you're already following our events page, or you're already included in our mailing list, then you can join these live webinars. But then alternatively, we have these group mentorship sessions, which are available exclusively only for Nexford learners. So you'll find that our mentors come from all around the world. They work at top companies. They were, handpicked for their industry expertise, and the companies they work in are like, Samsung and Coca-Cola and so much more. And then finally, we also have Forage. So Forage, which you can learn more about also on our career page right here. So you'll find, Forage is already a free resource, but it's a career resource that can allow you to get virtual work experience at real companies like JP Morgan and Accenture. And it really complements your learning because you get to apply the skills that you learn, and you can choose to even share your task submissions with recruiters, which can lead to interview opportunities for internships. You'll also find Forage as one of the things we suggest for you within your Nexford courses. So for example, here for this course that I had opened up here, which is leadership and organizational development, one of the MBA courses, you'll find here at the top Forage virtual work experience program. So here we suggest for you taking this one as an option. It's optional if you wish to sort of join or participate in this virtual work experience program. All right, guys, there is honestly so much to uncover in our online platform, but we don't have a lot of time today, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here, and I think I'm prepared to take some questions. If there's any areas that anybody wants to hear more about, please send your questions in the question and answer as I start to answer these questions from everybody. All right, I'll just grab water here, guys. Give me a second. All right, here we go. So we've got our first question in the question and answer section here from Beryl, who says, do you have any courses in cybersecurity as well? Yes, in fact, we do. So we have short certificates in cybersecurity. We also have, we don't currently have a specialization that is specific to cybersecurity, but it does include a fundamentals of cybersecurity course. So again, it depends on what level you're asking about, whether it's a graduate or undergraduate level. But I'm happy to provide you with more information about that. So let me send you. Can you tell me just, Beryl, what is your highest academic qualification? Do you have a high school certificate, or do you have a bachelor's degree program, or do you have a master's degree program already? So I need to know whether or not you've completed high school or some form of tertiary education, because this can help me sort of recommend to you the cybersecurity program that you can be eligible to apply to. So if you're still with us, Beryl, please answer so that I can provide you with more information about that. But in the meantime, I will send you here on chat information about cybersecurity at the undergraduate level, all right? Okay, so Bassi is asking, Bassi Friday Moses is asking, I'm interested in the MBA Artificial Intelligence. I want to know the courses in the AI program. I have chatted with Mr. Daniel, great, and I told him I need to know the courses on AI. Okay, that is a great question. So we do have an MBA with a specialization in advanced AI and the future of automation. So let me send it to you on chat over here. Currently, it includes 3 courses, which is artificial intelligence, data sciences for decision making, and cybersecurity leadership. You're going to gain skills such as robotics, machine learning, robotic process, automation, big data, data analytics, data modeling, statistical modeling, artificial intelligence, of course, and data science and machine learning and deep learning. These are just some of the skills you're going to learn with this specialization. All right. Hi, Oyen from Nigeria. Thanks for joining today. All right. What's the MBA program like? Well, I believe I showed everybody a bit about how the online courses look like, and one of the MBA courses anyway, how that looks like. So I hope that gave you an idea. If you need a specific, if you want to have a deeper delve into the MBA program, then I recommend you can check out our last bigger Nexford Virtual Tour, where I co-hosted it with an MBA professor, one of our MBA professors, and as well as also 2 Nexford learners. So they can, tell everybody a bit more about their own personal learning experience. So that is a previous virtual tour. Otherwise, you can join our upcoming one at the end of the month. So let me share with you the previous one. All right. Hi, from anonymous attendee. Said Sai, thank you, NXU, for this massive opportunity. When is the first payment made? Is it before I start processing the admissions or when I am offered admissions? Thank you. All right. So I do believe I kind of covered or tried to cover the application and enrollment process at the beginning of this virtual tour, but I'm happy to try to frame it a little better. So the first payment made is during the application process, and that is to pay the one-time $25 application fee. Once you've paid that, you've submitted your application and provided any necessary information, which in the application stage is, of course, a valid form of identification. So that can be your passport, international passport, which is preferred because, it doesn't have to be translated if you're from a different part of the world, of course, but it's okay. You can, submit your national ID. So that's your government issued national identification card. It can be your driver's license, your voter's card. It can, if you don't have any of that, you can try to provide a birth certificate, including a clear photo of yourself, like a selfie, something just to we can verify that you're the same person. So these are the different forms of identification that you can, submit your application with. So that's the first thing, valid form of ID. that needs to be, of course, valid within the last 2 years. Second, requirement is, of course, educational history. So that at which level depends on which level of program you're, applying to. So is that a graduate program or is it an undergraduate program? So that means either you're, providing proof of your previous education being a high school education or, a bachelor's degree or something that is equivalent to a bachelor's degree. In any case, if we are requiring a statement of results or transcripts, this is mostly required for our graduate level programs, and we allow you 60 days from your chosen program start date to provide that. So you can still submit your application without having your official transcript or statement of results. That way we help you, already start your Nexford program and not delay that. So you can already start learning without the hassle of trying to sort out that, transcript first, and have that sorted out in the background, get connected with your previous school. They need to send it directly from your previous school or previous university to send it directly to Nexford University for us to consider that an official transcript, right? And we give you 60 days to do that from the day you start your program. So if you were to start your program, let's say August 1, then you need to provide it by the end of September, around 60 days. All right, so that's more than enough time, I believe. And if you ever need an extension for any good reason, then you can let our team know and they can help you further. So I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but I'm trying to just like let everybody know more about the application process and what are the documents required. So to summarize again, the first payment made is a $25 application fee during the application process, where you need to provide, of course, basic information about yourself, valid form of ID, school background, and then proof of English proficiency, which we also allow 60 days to provide from when you start your program. So you can submit your application without that. Once you get a positive application decision, that is when you are in the enrolling stage technically. And to enroll, that is when you do your second payment, which is the first month of your chosen tuition, program. So basically, if it's the MBA and you're based in Nigeria, for example, then that is $180, right? That's the tuition monthly to study our MBA. You need to pay at least one installment of that. So you need to pay in advance $180 to complete your Nexford enrollment and to be fully enrolled in that program. All right, so I hope that makes sense. I'm happy to elaborate a little bit more. I'm going to send on chat here just, a wrap up sort of what I mentioned earlier about the application process. And then we also have an application guide, which is a step-by-step application and enrollment guide. It's a PDF and it's super, super useful. So anybody can download that. I recommend keeping that on your end. I've just sent it in the webinar chat, and I believe that's going to help everybody understand a little bit better the application and enrollment process. All right, next question, Kenichuku. What's the duration for data analytics in Nexford? So if you're talking about a short certificate, then the average duration for any of our short certificates are around 5 months to complete. Anybody can finish faster or slower, though. The maximum amount of time you would be allowed, though, is 8 months for that. Let me double check, though, as well. Data analytics. So we have a business analytics short certificate. I can tell you more about it. It is at the undergraduate level, which means you need to have a high school certificate or something equivalent to that to apply, and the average duration is indeed 5 months. All right, but you can finish faster. All right, Eno Oladimeji is asking, I missed the part about an easy way to study and paying lesser. All right, so that is what I've sort of given a nod to a few times during this tour so far, and that is if you are able to take more than one course at the same time, you can finish your program faster. So for example, and I'll give you an example here. I'm not sure if you're interested in an MBA or a BBA, but I will send you information about the MBA program as an example. And that is to say that the MBA, for example, has the average duration of 18 months. That is a year and a half, but a lot of our learners can finish faster. We have many graduates that were able to complete their MBA in a year or less. And that is because we will allow you to graduate faster if you can complete it sooner, right? So you can fast track it by maintaining higher grades. So the higher your grades are, the more number of courses you will be allowed to take at the same time. So the maximum number of courses you can take in a single term, which is every 2 months, is 4 courses side by side. But that means you have to have the highest GPA, which is 4.0 GPA, in order to be allowed to take four courses at the same time to finish faster. And this is to make sure that you're able to succeed, right? That you're able to really complete your assessments and your assignments. So the higher your grades are, the more that you will be allowed to take more courses at the same time. All right, I see a question about e-commerce. Here we go. Let me just open up the page here for our MBA and enabling e-commerce. So your question, Indusu Ituk, is, or Indueso, is what is units per course for MBA in e-commerce? So I believe, let me double check here though. I'll need to get back with you about the credits for that. But I'll send you the link for our MBA and enabling e-commerce. You can learn more about it. So give me a minute here as well. I believe I can get the information in regards to that question. I want to say 3 credits, but I need to make sure. Because you get a total of 36 credits when you study at Nexford, right? Let's see. Yeah, it should be three credits. That's correct. So that's 3 credits that you receive. But what is units per course for MBA? I don't know if you mean the number of courses, or you're actually asking for the credit hours or the credit units that you receive per course. So let me also just provide you with general information about the number of courses at Nexford. All right. So there are a minimum of 12 courses you need to complete in the MBA. Okay, Zakaria Mbaya says, thank you for taking us through. I'm interested in your MBA program. Can I pay with MasterCard using currency other than US dollars? Definitely. Yes, you can. So you have very flexible payment options, and I'll share that with you also in the Q&A area. So anybody can pay, with, any major debit and credit card, whether it's Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or PayPal, from all learners from every country around the world. But if you don't have a credit card, you can pay by a bank transfer. You can even do a local bank transfer for some of you. You can even pay in cryptocurrency. So there's a ton of different payment options available. Willie Herrera saying, after graduation, do you offer apostille and consulate legislation service? No, we don't. So once you complete your Nexford program, Willie, you can of course attend our graduation ceremony in Washington, DC. We will help you with a letter of invitation for your visa. However, we will also hold local graduation ceremonies wherever possible, whenever possible around the world. We've had our graduation ceremonies previously, in Nigeria. We've had 2. We've had one in Egypt. We'll do our best to hold more around the world, so stay tuned. But our next Washington, D.C. graduation ceremony is going to happen next year. All right. Jael Mudiaga saying, can you talk about the scholarship I'll be eligible for? Definitely, I'd be happy to, but please note that this varies from one country to the other. It varies from the program that you're applying to. So I'm gonna need more information from you, Jael, to provide you with a scholarship like information that is, that you may be eligible for. Because we have different scholarship schemes and they can vary from, like 15% to 25% per country. All right. So again, anybody asking though for, WhatsApp, sorry, for scholarship information, I recommend you WhatsApp us, or send us an email. So I'm gonna send this to everybody on chat here. There's also our WhatsApp link. If you want to just click on that also. That way you can WhatsApp our team and we can provide you with more, tailored information. Okay, Jael, you're seeing here. Let me. All right, here we go. Just sending you more information about our scholarship style on the chat. And I see you provide more information that you're interested in our MBA in Business Strategy, Nigeria. Okay, for the MBA Nigeria, okay, that provides me more information. So let me share with you more information about that. Just message our team and we may be able to see if we have a scholarship offer in Nigeria available for you now. All right, Humphrey Wanyoni is saying, hi, I'm Humphrey from Kenya. Hi, Humphrey. Undergraduate did BSc Economy. I'm passionate with sports. Kindly tell me a course in line with sports. We definitely are looking for learners such as yourself that, are passionate about any certain field. But unfortunately, Humphrey, we don't currently have any programs related to sports. We mostly provide business-related programs. That I do wish you every luck and success, and I do hope you provide more programs in the future that may be related to your interest. Anonymous attendee is asking, I have a BSc in Business Administration, currently not working. Can I enroll for the MBA program? Yes, you're not required to have a job in order to study with us at Nexford. It's more about what's your previous education so that you may be eligible to apply for it. So as long as you have a BSc in Business Administration, so that would maybe a BBA or a BSc, you can definitely apply for our MBA program. We're just going to need to verify your documents. Of course, our admissions team will need to check that just to see whether or not you need, our Business Foundation certificate. All right, Stephen Tuluhi, after completing a short certificate course, can one proceed to learn an MBA course? Access the Canvas app, is it after when the first payment is made during enrollment? Okay, to answer the first question, when you complete a short certificate, you can proceed to learn an MBA course for sure. So the great thing is that if you apply for a short certificate that is at the graduate level and it's already included in our MBA curriculum, once you then enroll into our MBA, you're not going to be required to take those courses again or that short certificate again. You can skip that, and then that means you can finish our MBA faster. And access to Canvas app is, yes, when you do your payment for your first month of your program tuition during your enrollment, because that is when you receive your login information and you're considered to be fully enrolled at Nexford. So you'll receive early access to the Canvas application or software or our online platform. And that the great thing is that it means you have early access to all of the learner benefits before you even start your program. So you're going to be required to complete the NXU Orientation, which is like the welcome package course that I showed you guys earlier. You're going to be required to complete that before you start your official program. And then also if you choose a future start date up to 3 months ahead, which is optional for everybody, you can do that. Then it means for a whole 3 months, you'll have access already to LinkedIn Learning, to, Microsoft 365, to all of the career related benefits that you get at Nexford. Mary Okoti saying, please, I am interested in the scholarships provisions too. Mary from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, wonderful. I'm happy to provide you more information also. Anonymous attendee, when you say test of English, does that mean people in Nigeria have to sit for a proficiency in English test after graduating from an English-speaking university? No, you would then not need to provide an English proficiency certificate. So as long as you can provide proof that English was the main language of instruction in your previous school, then your school transcript will be enough to apply with, and you won't need to provide an English proficiency certificate such as an IELTS or a TOEFL and so on, or Duolingo, for example. You won't need to. So I hope that answers your question. Another anonymous attendee question is, how many specializations are available under your MBA program, and is it compulsory to specialize in one? We currently have 5 MBA specializations, and no, it isn't compulsory. So it's only optional. You don't have to choose a specialization. All right, so let me also send you more information about the difference between a general MBA and a specialization. So there are a total of 12 courses in the MBA you need to complete. 9 of them are core curriculum courses, and then the last three are either 3 elective courses or 3 specialization courses. So you have to choose, and that is the stage you need to choose a specialization or a general MBA. If you choose 3 elective courses of your choice, then you will graduate with an MBA that's a general MBA. If you choose the 3 specialization courses instead, then you will graduate with a specialized MBA degree. Thanks, Bassi, as well. Thanks, Stephen. You guys are welcome. I'm super happy you were able to join. I finished the questions in the question and answer section, but I see some people sent some in the webinar chat. I want to quickly go over them and see if I've missed anything. Willie Herrera, I answered you already. Emeka, do you offer supply chain and logistics management in your master's program? Currently, we have an MBA in sustainability. Let me just check here. I don't believe we do, no. I'll share with you here with everybody on chat, in fact, our different MBA specializations. All right, so everybody can check that out to understand the 5 MBA specializations we only currently offer. So we only have a supply chain, specialization under our BBA program, Emeka. Stephen Taluhi, I've answered you also already. John, I will answer you also. I'm glad to hear you're interested in the MBA in AI and automation. That is a great and popular choice for sure. Are you based in Nigeria, John Okongboa? Does anybody have any final questions before we wrap up? I know we went 30 minutes overboard. I do thank everybody who's already who's stuck in this virtual tour with me this far, and for sharing your questions. I do hope you guys start learning with us very soon. Anonymous attendees asking, which is better, a general or specialized MBA, or do you have people who we can communicate with in your team for career guidance for the MBA program? Definitely. So I would still say a specialized MBA is better, because imagine being an expert in a specific field or industry. That sets you apart, right, from other learners around the world who just have a general MBA without a specialization. But that is not to say that the MBA alone as a general MBA will not also provide you with the relevant job skills that employers are looking for in the global market around the world today. So it would still definitely be very beneficial. Again, that is why it is very optional for you. But it also depends on your career goals and which skills or skill set you're looking toward gaining, and whether or not a specialization can help you with that and can help you with your career goals. So you can definitely book a consultation with somebody in our team. Let me share this here with you also on chat. Otherwise, you can chat with our team on WhatsApp. We can provide you with more information there. You can even speak with other learners from around the world who have actually chosen a specialization versus those who have not chosen a specialization. Anonymous attendee, I don't know where in the world you're based. if it's Nigeria or otherwise, but let me share with you also here. Is a global business specialized MBA or a general one? I saw it under specialized MBA program. Global business sounds like general MBA. It is not a general MBA. That is a specialization. That is one of our specializations. So it is also called doing business across the world. And that includes with a focus on 3 markets around the world, which is, India, China, and Sub-Saharan Africa. That is one of our specializations. Global business is, I believe you're talking about one of our short certificates called global business. Or yeah, that's a different one. But it also, it focuses on global business as a single course, and then India, China, Sub-Saharan Africa, and the art of communication. So this is a 6-month, on average, short certificate program. It is not an MBA, not an MBA specialization called global business. The specialization that is, with having focus on India, China, and Sub-Saharan Africa is called doing business across the world, or world business. All right, you're based in Nigeria. Okay, good. So I think I've provided you with the relevant information. All right, none from Stephen. You're very welcome, Stephen. You're also welcome, Jael Mudiaga. I'm glad you found me helpful. So I'm super happy to answer any additional questions from anybody, but I believe it is time we wrap up our call today. So if you have additional questions, let me resend our WhatsApp information here in our inbox. If you send us an email, we will definitely answer you under 20 hours. So that is the fastest way you may be able to receive a response from our team if you have any, questions. All right. And let's see. Okay. All right, guys, that is our WhatsApp information. I just want to remind everyone that the deadline to join our next intake for August 1 is I believe it is the 30th of this month. You need to make sure you apply and you get enrolled by the 30th of July if you wish to start your program on August 1. Often the deadline is anywhere between the 28th to the 30th of every month. So this is being announced on our admissions page or application page on our website. And by also, of course, speaking with our team on WhatsApp or otherwise, we will let you know the deadline for the next intake. But currently it is the 30th of this month. If you wish to start your program on August 1, you can get enrolled anytime this month, or and then still choose a future start date up to 3 months ahead. All right, so please go through the webinar chat. You'll see I've provided a ton of information there for everybody in regards to how to apply and so much more. Again, you can speak with our team with any additional questions that you feel was not answered. All right. And for the anonymous attendee, when you're saying why just India, China, South Africa under the doing business across the world, why not other countries? That confused me a bit. This is, I believe, based on the information or the research that our team has done. These are the top industries around the world right now with a lot of developments, and they're really developing countries currently. And this is why these, specific countries were chosen for this. Again, you can book a consultation if you have additional questions about this. So I'm happy to send you again our consultation link, and that way you can speak with the career advisor also that can provide you with more information about that. All right, thanks everybody for your time today. Thank you so much. I do hope everybody here will join our global learner community, and you'll start learning with us very soon. I hope you found this informative. Stay tuned for a bigger virtual tour with Professor and 2 learners towards the end of July. So, I think it'll be the 25th of July. So please, stay tuned also for that webinar in case you want to hear from other learners also. I also hold these one-on-one sessions. It can be a virtual tour like this, but it's a mini virtual tour because it can go on for just about 15 minutes, and it'll be one-on-one. So I can, show you the online platform, answer any specific questions you have about any area, and help you, also give you a tour in any specific area online. So I've sent the link for that also in case you want to book a time or a meeting in my calendar also. I'll be happy to speak with you further and show you the online platform. All right, guys. Thanks again for your time. Thank you so much, and I hope everybody has a lovely Sunday, morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where in the world you're joining me from as well today. And I hope you guys join us very soon. Thank you so much for your time, and bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Thanks again. You're welcome, Stephen. Bye, everyone.